So hi everyone, Craig Hanson here. Yes, welcome to my video. Have a look at Ballesteros, just peering another one down there. A legend of the game, one of my favourite players of all time. And guys, in this video we're going to be looking at the moves from the top of the swing. We have McIlroy on the right hand side and get you guys to understand swing technique a little bit better. There's a lot of information out there that people are suggesting that to shallow the plane of the swing we have to lay the club off, and absolutely ridiculous information getting out there. So guys, yeah, don't forget to subscribe, hit the button, hit the bell, and leave your questions and your comments below before we get into this video. And yeah, check out World Class Golf Instruction. Over 800 videos and growing, and the most detailed teaching platform out there. Join the community, join the chat room. People loving that one. Now get to the top of the swing. Right now, when we're looking at legends of the game, we see Ballesteros here with fantastic shoulder movement, 44 degrees of pointing really outside within a meter of the golf ball here, and that lead arm also around the same number at 43 degrees. So very compact with this iron swing at the top with his elbow resting on the line. Now when we have a look at where that club head is actually pointing, this is nowhere near laid off. Now, I'm not suggesting we all have to swing like this, but just to understand, if you're going to shallow out the club head and bring the club head in behind the hands more, this is the place to be. Okay, this is going to make it much easier for you. Steeper shoulder turn, lower lead arm position, and where that club head's pointing. Now, let's have a look at how this club head comes down. Now, for a lot of you out there, you would think, and I get a lot of emails with this, with my online lessons, a lot of questions, oh, I'm coming down too steep. Well, this is, you're not, because the club head depends on how you load it. Now, some people load the club differently when they're coming down. We don't all have the same type of loading pattern. When the club's coming down, for some of us it's going to be steep, and then it will tend to then shallow out the further we get down into the downswing, the more it will shallow out. Don't forget, we're not hitting it with this part of the swing. You know, we're bringing the club into an entry where we're getting the club head to shallow. Now it starts to shallow. Okay, and this is a natural swing for many people, and a much easier way to hit a small draw, hit a ball very, very straight. Now we can see now the club head is well behind the lead hand. An important area to notice is that the lead wrist is flat. A lot of club golfers will actually open up the club coming down, their lead wrist moving from a flat position at top into extension. We've got so many drills to fix that for you on World Class Golf Instruction. That club head, people, when we bring the club head down, we're going to be getting that club head to be, if you've seen some of the other videos we're looking at, getting this club head on this side of 12 o'clock. It's really the proof is in the pudding when we're looking at the slow motion video clips. Now, when we're coming down, we can see Ballesteros has now got the club well under, missing a frame there, but we know for a fact, and we're looking at that entry behind here, that that club is coming down underneath the plane here, and not a whole heap, not really that much hip turn in and around impact. Perhaps another thing in the golfing world that people believe they have to rip their hips open as much as Jordan Spieth or Dustin Johnson. But that's going to make the release much more of an easier release and help us to release the club down the line and getting everything to move beautifully down through the ball.
World Class Golf Instruction has over 700 detailed videos for every golfer. Practice programs and evidence-based material is applied in helping you to become your own coach and play your best golf. Join us in the chat room and join the community of World Class Golf Instruction.
We can see McIlroy here coming well underneath the plane of the golf club, and I dare say that was a large draw down the right hand side of the fairway. So guys, when we're looking at this position from the top of the swing, we're seeing it more often than you would actually realize. When you're looking here at, we'll just get a line up here, we're turning around Mickelson, and what a golfer, and what an iron player, high irons and wedges, and just remarkable ball striker. When you're seeing this position, I'll just pop that up through the belt buckle. It was around 55 degrees. I've measured it before. But you see the club crossing the line here. Lead arm is also quite low here compared to the original shaft plane. And once again, this type of move here would be deemed as a very steep position. Okay, that pointing down here. So guys, don't panic if you see your swing in that position. Alright, do me a favour. And you'll see it then starting to shallow out and moving through the forearm. And once again, how many times do we see this the same position here, people, with that club head. This is where you've got to get yourself. The closer you get to these positions, the better that you'll hit it. All right? There's different swings, but there's 4 or 5 things you all have to do to hit a golf ball down the line. And this is one of the areas here. With your mobile phones and your smartphones, you're setting up on a little stand. It's not hard to do. We teach you how to do that on World Class Golf Instruction. Very, very important position to look at. Once again, when we get into impact here, not really, the hips not really that far open. And this is a good place to be for, for a lot of the golfers, the club golfers out there. As you can see, that many of these champions are having positions that are obtainable for many people out there. Oosthuizen, what a hitter. Some say the best golf swing in the world. Getting to the top of the swing, once again you'll see him coming down here, looking a little bit steep, looking a little bit like Ballesteros here actually. Elbow stuck behind, you would say, but these players are with a good sequence. If you're getting everything to collect at the top and you've got your timing right, you're not going to feel stuck. Okay, you can bring the club much more out in front of you from there and feel tight with the right elbow. This is a very, very important area to understand. There's a lot of people getting stuck. It's ended people's careers. They've got no room, hitting flip shots, block shots out to the right. You have to understand where it comes from. And it's going to come from your pivot. But once you see that, once again, you'll see this club starting to shallow out further and further. And it actually comes down well underneath the plane. Very, very similar position here as we see the club head dropping below the elbow here. So what was looking steep is no longer steep. Alright, you understand what I'm saying? It's looking steep. Now look at that club face again here. Already got the thing pointed slightly on this side of 12 o'clock. And bringing that club head in, look at that lead wrist here. Beautiful position from Oosthuizen and through the golf ball, and not a lot of face rotation as he just pures another one down the line. So guys, when we're looking at, we'll just take you through a couple of positions here. Now this is a tour professional hitting from California that I teach, and we're going to have a look here at the position from the top. We're going to get a bit of a draw versus a fade look here. We'll just get them in a little bit closer together and get them up around the same sort of size here. Now this is what sort of proves to us all that this position at the top. So we're looking at the draw here, and we're taking the club away slightly on the inside with the club head. Great place to be with your takeaway, people. If you're working on your games, get the toe of that club matching your spine angle. Really looking at Tiger Woods, we're looking at McIlroy, looking at so many of these great players do it. And we'll see this one, the fade, just taking out a little bit more in front of the body. Now when we get up to the top of the swing, we see one club head pointing more out in front of us. The other ones are going to be pointed down a little bit more towards the feet. And this is the type of information that's actually getting out there. A lot of people believing they have to do this. But we'll see when the club, this one's winning at the moment in relationship to the a flatter plane, but don't forget that the face sends it and the path will bend it. So if you're trying to get something to move slightly from right to left, look at that now, tipping actually over. And this is what happens. There's so many, millions of people around the world tipping this club head over. They need to get steep shoulders, lower left arm positions, and you can see the path coming down more from the inside. There's your draw, there's your fade. Very interesting place to be, people, when you're looking at your golf swings. Guys, check out World Class Golf Instruction, one of the most detailed teaching platforms out there. And if you're after online lessons, check out CraigHansonGolf.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.